in 1981, I went to Egypt. And in that trip, I went into the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid. And I had been with a group. We went in before visitor hours. And I went in with them, and we were chanting. We were standing around the sarcophagus in the King's Chamber. And we were chanting. We were doing the Om chant. And while I was doing the Om chant with this big group of about 34 people, we were standing all around the edges of the sarcophagus where pharaohs and priests and spiritual initiates long, long ago used to take a turn lying, and they'd have an astral travel experience as part of their initiation. And so we were chanting, and I found myself, after several minutes, at the head end, I considered it, of the sarcophagus, which is like a big coffin, sort of, except granite sides and a granite floor, and no top, no covering. And I found myself doing these motions as if I knew just what I was doing, that I was helping to usher the soul, the spirit, the consciousness of whoever would be the initiate in that sarcophagus, to help it to leave the body and to go out into space and be there for a while. I even had a sense that I had on long robes that I do not own or even see in this lifetime. So I realized eventually this must be a past life recall. Anyway, the group finished and they left the King's Chamber, and I just had the strongest sense that I needed to lie in the sarcophagus. So I had my good friend with me, and I asked her to just sort of be a guard, just stand by and let me have this experience, which she agreed to do, even though she didn't understand these things. And so I got in the sarcophagus, and after, just a bare minute or so, I could feel myself, because I was so relaxed and so expanded in consciousness from all the chanting we had been doing, that I could feel myself sinking down through the backside of my body, which was lying on all this granite in the pyramid, and then I could feel myself lifting up and going out of there through the pyramid, unscathed, and then out into space. And according to my friend, I must have been out there at least 20 minutes. And she, again, who didn't understand these kinds of things, she began to really panic. And she was yelling at me, but I wasn't there in my body. And she realized I wasn't there. I mean, she could see my body breathing, and my color looked all right. I looked like I was alive and not sick or passed out or anything. And so she said that she was yelling for several minutes, and finally was taking her little camera with a little strap on it and leaning over the wall of their sarcophagus and hitting it on my body as hard as she could and yelling at me. Well, this apparently brought me back, because again, I could feel myself descending horizontally, and as I got apparently close to my body, I could hear my friend yelling and saying things like, "What am I going to tell your mother? Because you're gone. What if you never come back?" And in the meantime, I was seeing through my mind's eye, because I wasn't in my body yet, I could see flashes of light over to my right and hear people speaking in German. So I kept sinking down until I connected with my body and could feel myself lying on the granite floor of the sarcophagus and opened my eyes. And then I realized, my friend was standing there yelling at me and hitting me with the camera to get me to wake up or whatever she thought I could do. And then I realized that there were two German people, a male and female, talking German, and taking flash pictures of this body, of my body, lying in the sarcophagus. And my friend said, "You've been gone. You were gone for such a long time. I was really getting worried. I didn't know what to do." So I was sure I had really gone, and all I know is that I had been way, way out in space. I can't say anything more specifically than that.